Folks, if you live in the Portland metro area, you owe it to yourself to visit the closest national park. It's right here at Fort Vancouver, from the Pearson Air Museum to Officers Row. Behind us, the Grant House. It's now a restaurant built in 1849, a wonderful place to take the family. Well, are you ready for 7 more years of gridlock on I-5? At least 7 more years. Well, you better be. Let's ask Don Wagner what's going on. He's the Washington Director of Columbia River Crossing. Thanks for being with us.
You're welcome.
Now, when I say 7 years, that is generous, isn't it?
That's generous. To begin with, if we do nothing with the existing bridge, you're looking at 5 hours of congestion today, every day. By 2030, that'll be 15 hours of congestion every day. So if we don't do something on the bridge, you're going to be looking at congestion and gridlock for the next 30 years or more. If we do something, then we will be in construction from 2012 until 2018.
All right, you mentioned if we do something. These talks have been in the works since the mid-90s, haven't they?
They have. We've been working very hard with a whole variety of different stakeholders on this project. The first group actually came together in about 1996 to talk about whether there was a problem out here or not. It then went into 2 different task forces that worked on it, and since 2005 we've been working on the environmental documentation for this bridge, and we're pretty close. We're pretty close to having the environmental work done.
The communities in Washington and the committees in Oregon, are they jibing? Are they on the same plane?
We have our differences, but we're getting much closer to having one unified project. Already the group has identified that we're not going to be talking about supplemental bridges out here on the Columbia. We're talking about new bridges, talking about 2 bridges rather than 3 bridges, talking about light rail as a high-capacity transit. And now we're talking about how many lanes actually will be on that new structure and some of the more detailed elements that really have to go into the environmental document.
Will you have to reroute traffic during these 7 or so years?
No. What we've committed, and we think we have a plan that will work to actually leave the existing bridges in operation while we build the 2 new bridges downstream. We'll then cut in one of the bridges, move everybody onto that bridge, so we'll always have 3 through lanes across the bridge, and then finish the second bridge and open it up to a 10 or 12 lane bridge.
Where's the financing coming from?
Financing is coming from really 3 sources. The federal government is in line to give us about $1.2 or $1.3 billion, primarily on the light rail side, about 2/3 light rail, 1/3 on the highway side. The 2 states will come up with a share of that money, probably in the $1 billion range, and then the rest of it will come from tolls.
Speaking of tolls, a toll booth, a lot of people think, well, that's going to slow down traffic once again. And a toll booth, you have to pay money to cross the bridge. Where's the closest toll booth on I-5?
Well, the closest toll booth on I-5 doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And there won't be any toll booths on this either. This will be all electronic tolling, similar to what we have up on Tacoma Narrows right now in the Seattle area. The exception is in Tacoma, you have a choice to pay by cash. On our project, you won't. It will be all electronic, all at freeway speed. The current technology allows for collection of tolls at in excess of 100 miles an hour. We don't suggest people try to drive that fast, but the technology is there. If you don't have a transponder, today's technology is photo verification. By the time we open this project in 2018, there will be new technology, and it'll probably be through your cell phone or through some other electronic media.
So you don't have to be a resident, you could be just passing through and have paid the toll.
And paid the toll. There may be an opportunity to call in and register your license plate and say, I'm 5 miles out, here's my license plate, and I want to charge it to your credit card or your cell phone. We don't suggest that you dial it manually. We'd like to see you do it hands-free, as we do have laws in both states that say you have to be hands-free.
I'm sorry, but by the time this bridge is done, I'm going to have one of the Jetson cars that's going to fly over the top. We appreciate you joining us. You've been involved with the project for 15 years now.
That's correct.
And you know as much as anyone. Don Wagner, thank you very much. And as we learn more, we'll have you back on the show.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you for joining us on Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Ken Ackerman. Make it a great day.